So let's talk taking advice. So the thing about taking advice from other people is that you have to be very careful about it because that person that is giving that advice to you about whatever it might be, about maybe what decisions you have to make about your life, maybe what you should study, what you should work as, how you should solve a problem, how you should raise your children, how you should treat your friends or parents or whatever decision it is. If someone is giving advice to you on all these things, you have to be very careful about taking them because they don't know you as well as you do. They don't know about your situation as well as you do. And people can only give advice or they can only give suggestions or recommendations based on what they know. And if what they know is limited and what they know hasn't worked in their life, but then it is what they only know and they're giving it to you, then it is gonna be like the blind leading the blind, and you're both gonna go nowhere. You're both gonna end up in a ditch somewhere. You're both not gonna lead very satisfied or very fulfilled lives if the advice that's given to you and the advice they have taken is not suitable for the situation or not suitable for you. And so before you take any advice, before you decide to ask anybody for their advice, I think it's very important that you actually take a look at that person and observe how they are in their daily lives. Observe if they're happy, observe if they're fulfilled, observe if their relationships with other people are smooth, harmonious, observe if they are very satisfied with how their career turned out, with how their marriage turned out, relationship turned out, with how their friendships turned out, with their life situation. You have to observe them and you have to observe the person that is giving you the advice and see if that person is truly deeply satisfied with their lives. If they're truly happy with their lives. Because I feel like the only advice worth taking is from someone that has lived life to the extent where they are happy with it, where they are unconditionally at peace with it, where they are in no sorts of conflict either with both themselves or with other people, and their lives or life situations are just a very smooth, very well oiled machine in the sense that it's running really well, in the sense that it's not giving them any problems, or it could also give them problems, but they are emotionally mature enough or they are um, wise enough to be able to solve it on their own, to be able to be resourceful enough to adequately handle the situation well. And so, only then, only when you see a person that is just really, really adept in handling all of life situations, in handling relationships with other people, in handling their own emotional life, in handling their own thoughts, emotions, people around them, life situation, career, what have you, then I think that their advice is worth taking. Their advice is worth listening to. Otherwise, you just might be taking the advice of someone that has no idea what they're doing in life. They are already having trouble in their own life situations, relationships, and they want to give you advice on how yours should be. Or you want to take advice from them of how your life should be. I think that's not a very smart choice or very smart decision. I think that is I think that is you trying to find a quick fix by looking to someone else trying to solve your problem. And you might ask a lot of people without really understanding and going deep into how they handle situations. And you might not get the advice that you need or that is suitable for you. And so be very careful whenever someone is giving you advice or whenever you are soliciting advice from someone else. Because no one can know better about a situation than you do. And I think that ultimately all of us have the innate power, the innate ability to be able to resolve our own situations well, as long as we're willing to look into it deeply, as long as we're willing to chew on that problem thoroughly. And sometimes the answers just well up in us. The solutions just comes to us from a deeper part of us that knows how to solve it. And you don't have to look to anyone else to solve anything for you. But I'm not saying that it's terrible to ask for advice or you shouldn't ask for advice. It is totally okay if you want to, because I mean sometimes we just need a little guidance. Sometimes we just want a little opinion from someone else or guidance from someone else, and it's totally okay. I do that too sometimes. But you have to remember that ultimately the decision is in your hands whether to take the advice, to like carry out the advice that's given by the other person or not. For example, the person can say, "Oh, I think for your problem with your lover, you should just, I think that you're right. I don't think that she is in her right mind to like say no to you in that way. I think that whatever. You can decide whether that opinion is right or wrong. You can decide whether that advice given to you is applicable to you or not applicable to you. You always have the choice. You always can make the decision, and you should always take that into account. You shouldn't just like um any random person, or like can be a person who you trust, but maybe and their relationship advice is just not suitable, not applicable to your situation, and you don't have to run with it. You can say, okay, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, let me think about it and see if uh, doing this, like following the solution or advice given, is the right thing for me. And so, yep. And I feel like you should be especially careful of those people who give unsolicited advice, because it just means that they are full of opinions and judgments about how you should be handling something or how you should be resolving a situation or whatever. And have they got nothing better to do? I feel like um truly happy, emotionally intelligent and wise people, they don't have the extra time, energy, or they don't want to waste energy butting in and helping you solve your problems, because they don't care. They're too busy living their amazing lives, their happy lives, their contented lives, to be just coming into your life and telling you what you should do with it. It's only if you go up to them and you ask them, maybe they will share. But otherwise, I feel like usually they don't. They're not that nosy. So yeah, be careful taking advice and be careful of giving advice, because when you give your advice, you are showing people how you are. And when you're taking advice, you're also showing people how you are. Are you easily influenced? Or when you're giving advice, are you easily judgmental, opinionated? So all these things, think about it, think about it. So I hope you make wiser decisions on taking advice from other people. And if you have anything you want to share, just leave it in the comment box below. I'll be happy to read it, answer it, interact with you. And that's it for today's video. Bye!